Hey, what's up everybody? HTG Brian back with some more LEGO 2K Drive. In this video, we're going to cover all Batty breakfast locations scattered throughout Hauntsborough. These are those little black and purple bats floating around in the air that are going to require some aerial expertise. Now, we do recommend that you have completed the story and unlocked all of the perks, as well as a handful of the cars, as some cars do jump higher than others, and in fact, in some cases, you might want to equip the double jump perk. Now, the single jump is actually higher than a double jump, but sometimes the timing of the double jump is actually going to help us. And at some point during this video, I do actually equip it because I tried like 6 times to get a stupid bat floating in the air and I couldn't get it. So double jump for the win. All right, so starting off in the upper left-hand corner or northwest, we're actually going to go ahead and fast travel to the garage up here. And right behind the garage is going to be our first one. So check it out. There's actually like a little loop-de-loop right behind us on the map. In fact, we're right in the middle of it if you look at the compass in the bottom left. And there's a little jump on the backside. We're going to go ahead and use that to yeet ourselves at that Batty. Batty, boom, boom, boom. I couldn't go very far into this video without dropping the Count song there. Sorry, it's from my childhood. Maybe yours too. All right, next up, we're going to go ahead and go a little bit further south and maybe a little bit eastwardly. Now, along this journey, we actually find ourselves going through an on-the-go. It's important to note that some of these bats might disappear during those moments, and you might want to press the down button if you accidentally activate one, because that'll go ahead and shut it down. All right, here we are. We're on a cliff's edge here. We're actually going to use this bat jetpack not once but twice to get a couple of bats scattered throughout. The first one's going to be on the right side. There is a windmill. And we're going to drop down and smack right into that bad boy and collect that bat boy. Ho, 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 ho. On a roll I am. And then we're going to mark the next one, which is just a little bit north of us. But as I just mentioned, we're going to need that bat jetpack again. So whip it around and up the hill, and we'll go ahead and load ourselves up, getting ready to take off again. This one's a bit trickier. Now, I also want to warn you, there is one of the pumpkins on our journey right here. In fact, you could probably see it straight ahead of us over now. And, you know, it's up to you whether you want to grab it or not, but for collecting later, you might want to leave it just so you can ensure that you have that one and that the game isn't glitched or something. But look at that. I hit the old e-brake there and did a nice little swooping slide through the air and grabbed her. Next up, we've got number 4. This one's going to be a little bit higher north. We're going to follow the road, but then go up and over this ledge here and drop down, and then again follow the road. And then as soon as we come through this little S-turn here, we're going to actually go right up onto the mountainside, right under the old, I guess those are power lines of sorts. So we'll go right under those and up to the right. We're going to hug this wall all the way up, and eventually we find this weird little wonkadoo cliff. And we got another big high rise right here. So we're going to use the hippa to the hoppa all the way to the toppa. There's a bunch of money up here. I like money. We'll go ahead and collect them bucks. Now keep in mind that for collectible purposes, those bucks don't actually count towards the 100% for the area. So just keep that in mind. Now, there's going to be a few times where we see bucks on the screen when we roll up and then the bucks are gone. And that's because I've actually failed at my first or third or fourth attempt. This case, we got it on the first try, as we like to say around here. So we've officially plummeted to our doom down below. And luckily for us, there happens to be number 5 just right around the corner. It's actually right above us over the on the go that was chilling right there. So we'll drive through that and find a nice spot on the wall that allows us to drive up it. Some of the slopes are pretty steep and they won't allow you to go up, but most of them are pretty forgiving, especially if you use a combo of like boost or jump. Now, we still have the single jump equipped for all of our aerial acrobatics. You can see here, Booyakashow, got that one, done did. But here in a bit, I think it's like number 7 or number 8 we really struggle to get, and we end up turning on that double perk jump. And I'll show you how to do it real quick, too. It's pretty simple stuff. Now, my bad, too, for the map. Usually I get it pretty good so that there's only the garage teleport spots, but not always the case. Don't mind that. You can see the tracks there. I may have done some scouting prior to the actual recording, which sometimes the game leaves that debris behind, and I end up getting busted. But We're going to go over the mountain and through the woods, down to the river we go. And we're actually going to follow this down and around this big hump. And then look at that, we're actually going to find a giant jump. So we'll follow it all the way to our marker and then hang a left up the hill here. And again, some of these slopes are a little bit more forgiving than others, while some you don't even need any forgiveness. You can just roll right up there. Now, in our case, we're going to climb up another rock side here, and happens to be another Batty jetpacky. And I'll show you in the map real quick where we are, and this one we're going to follow the money. That's right. Show me the money. I was a little bit low there, but luckily the game was feeling a little forgiveness of its own. All right, back to the water we go. In fact, if we were to continue on our same path we were on, we'd run into another Batty jetpacky. Actually, it's not a jetpack, it's just a Batty breakfast. We're going to go up to the left and around this little town here. In fact, we've been here before. There's a big weed pile up here, and right there on our left. Giant pumpkins galore. And really, we just need to get over to this rock ramp again. And you'll find this is pretty consistent throughout all 25 of these, that they're all up in the air, and most of them require a boost and a jump, and some of them require those bat jetpacks. Quick peek on the old map-a-rini, and give it the old boost, and woo to the woo. Good news is, too, we're also getting, if you haven't maxed out your XP yet, you're getting XP, but you're also getting drive points too for the drive pass, which is pretty nice. All right, so we're on number 8, so we've already passed by where I thought the double jump perk gets added. It's coming soon though, I promise. This one's actually kind of tricky, and I hope that you guys find this method the easy way. There's likely a bat jetpack somewhere else too that you can sort of fly to this location. But I found that climbing up on this wall here is a little tricky, but also pretty doable. And then what you want to do is just simply line up your aim, and aim right at that bat, and boost and jump and boost again, and hopefully you'll smack right into that thing. We did. There wasn't even an edit there. That was actually a nailed it first try. All right, down the old S turns here, we've got another one. So up and over the hill and around, and we're actually going to do some mountain climbing again. Right up top here, and eventually we get to the spot there. You can actually see the bat up on our high left. This one was tricky, and speaking of tricky, you know how I said some of the walls are a little more forgiving than others? Well, we found a non-forgiving spot there. All right, there's a nice little ramp. You got to follow it back. In fact, if you go all the way over to the garage, you should be able to find a nice pathway along the hillside here, which should take you right to the floating bat. Now, this is one of those ones that you might want the double jump for. In fact, if you got right on the cliff's edge and hit that double jump, you might be able to nail it. But you might even be able to do it without the double jump, to be honest with you. But we're going to go ahead and big yeet us off the side and find ourselves down below. And yeah. All right, more points, more bats. Next up, we'll go ahead and mark up the next location, which happens to be way over on the east side of the map, all by its lonely self. So what we're going to do is actually use the Swampus garage, which should be the northeastmost garage on your map. And then we're going to actually follow our way to the marker, which we got a little bit of dry land drive-in, and then we're going to do some swampage too. I do believe I run right into a rock wall here in a second. Might not be this go, but at some point I do. And we'll come on down. And, okay, so this is the one for sure that I use the double jump on. So feel free to give it a shot without the double jump. Maybe you have a vehicle that has higher hops. It's up to you how you want to do it, but just know that using this off-roader that we got real early in the game that everybody should have is probably just not going to have enough hops. Now, you probably noticed, too, that the money is missing from that map look there. It's because I had edited. But what we're going to want to do is pull up our menu, go to Loadout, and then hit the triangle or Y button on the PlayStation or Xbox and toggle all the way down to double jump. Now, it should say in the bottom right-hand corner, upper right-hand corner, how to get to those perks. And for, like I said, for PlayStation, it's triangle. For Xbox, it's Y. I'm not exactly sure on PC and Switch. I apologize. So hopefully you guys know the equivalent of those buttons. All right, we officially got it. So double jump is officially on now, too. So a lot of official things happening here. But Anyways, moving along. We've got the next one marked. We're actually going to get all the way just short of our marker and then climb up on the left mountain side. That's going to give us a higher advantage point. And really, this one's kind of tricky. It's right above the road, and there's this giant rubber tire. Giant rubber tire. And on the top of said tire is going to be Batty Breakfast number 11. So we'll go ahead and, like I said, make your way up on that cliffside, drive around the back side of the town, and there should be a giant tree, and if you go to the left side of the tree, you should find that rubber tire and be able to climb right up top. All right, these next couple are pretty simple. We're going to go ahead and mark this one. In fact, I would be surprised if you guys didn't have this one yet. And I only say that because there's an on-the-go right here, and there's also a Bat Jetpack. Now, we've used the Bat Jetpack before. We already did that video, so it's quite possible that you jumped up and just simply swooped up this bat. Now, if you didn't, this one's kind of tricky. It involves speed, jumping, and boosting through the air. But like I said, it's pretty simple, really. It's a straight shot. If you get any boost going at all, you should have enough air. And then, of course, with the jump or double jump, you should be able to make it happen. All right, so I accidentally started an on-the-go again, and to make sure that you guys are clear, tapping down on the directional pad should turn that off. And if you have it active, I've noticed in the past that some of the collectibles and things don't display. So if you're having troubles finding something that I am showing you, make sure that you're not involved in an on-the-go task. All right, we've marked our marker point out on the island there, and we've gone across the water. And this is a really tricky jump. It actually took me a couple of tries, and then I sort of botched this landing here too. But then in the end, I made it work. So best advice is to aim straight at it, boost as fast and as long as you can, and then use that double jump to yeet your way out there. Now, I've been playing a lot of Apex Legends lately, and one of my favorite characters is Octane with those bounce pads, and you get to double jump. So I felt pretty close to home with that double jump factor. Maybe you did too, maybe not, but with some practice, it should be pretty easy. All right, we went ahead and teleported, and now we're going to actually go ahead and make our way over to this rocky cliffside. You can see the first one's just chilling out there. Now, like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, we are taking advantage of the garage checkpoints. Sometimes it just makes things a little bit easier than driving all over the place. And by now, most of you probably have the 3,000 and 6,000 miles drive trophies. I don't. Mine's glitched, but we'll talk about that another time. Next one is down a little bit further south. We'll go ahead and mark that bad boy and start our journey with a little bit of driftage. Yeah, you'd think that by now that the miles counter would be well over and beyond the 3 and 6K, but so far mine's still stuck. It's been stuck at 95% for like ever. I know I said I was going to talk about it later, but I guess it's later. Right, this one's kind of tricky too because when you follow along, it's a lot easier to see it from down below, which is why we actually teleported up top here, just to make things a little bit easier. And of course, that double jump is going to help out. And if you miss it, whoa, what is happening? What is happening? Every once in a while, this game does some really weird stuff, and I'm glad it happened with you able to see it. But yeah, double jump for the win. Teleporting also helps out. And look at that. We're going to go ahead and do some more teleporting. Fast travel to the Castle Grounds garage down in the bottom left or southwest. And then we're going to go ahead and take a quick drive. In fact, we're going to drive by 2 bats. There was one right above us. And wait for it, there's another one right above us now. And the reason that we did that was just for, you know, my own... Oh, and here comes the rock. I'm pretty sure this is where I run right into the wall. Pow! Yeah, not my best driving moment. But essentially, we went all the way out here first just so we could kind of come back and swoop them all in a nice straight line. All right, so this one is kind of tricky too, and I won't lie, it did take me a couple of tries. There may be a better angle. You could come from the other side that we just came from that might be good, but you can see there's a little bit of a lift right here, a little bit of a ramp, if you will. So I decided to come from this way, aimed right at it, boosted, and double jumped, and I can't believe I actually snagged that, and hopefully you will have the same simplicity as I did, because that was pretty easy, really. I think it did actually take me a couple of tries. I can't remember if I edited that out or not. Looking at my timeline and my editor, it does look like there's an edit there, so some of those edits, though, are pretty seamless, so I guess that's a good thing. All right, so if you remember those 2 that we drove by on the way here, we've got one more to pick up before we swoop those, and this one's pretty easy. You can see here right in this bend of the road on the southeast side of it, we're going to go ahead and climb up this rock. And you can tell there's a rock there, and there's something there because there's money up top. Now, you might have saw the money for a hot second, took a quick peek at the map, and noticed the money was gone when we returned. That's because that one took me a couple of goes. So it's always sort of a, I don't know, tattletale, if you will. But, you know, like I said a minute ago, those edits are pretty clean for the most part, so I'll roll with that side of it instead of being bummed about being discovered for being a bad at aim. All right, so we've made it to our next spot. There is another hill here. We're going to actually go up on the left side. There's money going down to the right, which is a little bit of a distraction. This is actually the second one we saw when we were leaving the fast travel point going up the hill here. So we'll go ahead and aim at it, double jump, and boost. Woo to the hoots. Got that one. Now, there was another one right down below us, if you remember, so we'll go ahead and mark that on the map, and then sort of make our way down south to go ahead and hopefully find it. Go ahead and hug the right wall here. Do not go down below. You're going to want to stay high because we have to, yep, you guessed it, we have to yeet ourselves off the cliff yet again, and this one is a funny angle. It's not the greatest spots. If you get it just right, though, you can land right on that castle wall, and look at that. Booyakashow. Nailed it. All right, now there is one actually right behind the garage as well, so let's go ahead and make our way down and climb up the wall right behind it. Now, there's these two weird, like, palm tree kind of things. I recommend getting right to the right of those, and it's kind of, like I said, it's a funny angle. So we'll go ahead and get it going, boost, and double jump, and cross your fingies. Reload that real quick and try it again if you missed it, though, because it's not too hard. Now, there are a couple coming up that if you miss it, you got a little bit of a journey ahead of you. And it's not too bad, but it's a little bit more than that one. So, and there's one, too, if you botch it, you could actually find yourself on quite a long journey back up top. So we got the next one marked on our map. We're actually in the home stretch for these collectibles. We got 21 of the 25. Drop down by this little pond here and look to our right, and there's a giant ramp with money going the other way. So we'll hit that ramp, bust a 180, and look at that, there is the bat waiting for us with some cash too. And as you probably remember, we like money, so let's do it. Went ahead and nailed it. In fact, if I looked back, I'm pretty sure there was an edit there. Oh, wait, no, look at my timeline. That was not. That was like seamless. That was good. I didn't botch that one. All right, we're going to actually turn back around again. So another 180 and keep on keeping on down the road here. You might notice there's this little alcove with like a excavator and some other stuff and a crane. And like there's also a race that starts down there. But you need to pay attention to the crane itself because you can see there's a bat at the top. And luckily for us, that double jump is going to come in handy because you get that first one to see if you're going to make it, and that second one in case you don't. So, again, double jump perk has been activated. And if you need to check that out or don't know how to do it, scroll back a bit. I think it was like collectible like 13. It ended up being where we turned it on. All right, another bat right above the main road here. And you can see there's a bunch of money leading from this rock tip. So we'll go ahead and climb this bad boy. And as per usual, just sort of get your car going in the route of the money and the bat. And get your boost on with a jump or perhaps a double jump. Just depends on what you're set up for. And look at that. That was ultimately, I think it felt bad for me. I think it's like, oh, poor guy couldn't get up there. Let's give it to him anyways. Because I was way low on that. All right, speaking of low, we are too low right now. We need to climb up. And the goal is to get on this main stretch of road. And about 2/3 of the way up it, there is a crest. And it drops down. Now, on that crest, there is a bunch of money. I like money. And a bat. So there you can see it. So you basically just need to use speed and your jump to go ahead and get up there. Now, you might make note that there's no more money there anymore. That's because I totally messed up on my first go. And now we've only got one Batty breakfast left, and luckily for us, it's right around the corner. This one is a wee bit tricky, though. There's a couple of ways you can go about it. We're going to show you how we like to do it, and you know, just note that if you mess this up, it could go real bad, but if you sort of mess it up, it probably will be fine. So basically, if you drop off right here, you can totally get it on the left side. but we're going to actually jump down to the right. You can see there's a ramp down below with some money. So rather than trying to risk the biscuit up here, we're going to go and do it as the game sort of intends us to do it. And like I said, if you miss this jump, you got to make your way back up here. But if you miss it right, you don't have to go all the way down, because there's actually only one way up here, at least that I could find. Maybe there's more than one way. You can see the money's gone, meaning that I had messed up, so I had to drive all the way back up. So luckily, I didn't plummet all the way over to that right side hill there. If you go right over to the top there, it's over. You got to come all the way back up that main road and down and around, and it's a pain in the tuchus, but not for us. We got all 25 of those Batty breakfasts. Hopefully you did too. And don't forget to click that like button. And of course, we'd love to see you over at HappyThumbsGaming.com or any of our social medias. And yeah, much love to you all. Appreciate you watching. As always, until next time.